Now, one thing I want you to kind of pay close attention to is this new idea for toilet changing. It might seem personal, but I want you to kind of, but if you pay close attention, you'll see how we'll be able to change these things so that they'll work right. These old ones that flush are just really bad. A lot of them, they break down, they quit. And really, we don't need to use lots of water to discard waste. It's not really a very environment safe thing to do. So, I'll tell you what. Here's a new kind of toilet right here. And and it works just so by if you know, I mean, as you could see in the demonstration 3 times, you know, you've got you have a new it opens and it opens up all the way, and then you just like you saw, and then it and then it fills in with the waste as usual, and that's what kind of makes it does it work. But I mean, the yellow just indicates that it's waste, and so with the yellow, it kind of makes it easier to know that it's used. The thing you see up on the guide is the missing guard. It's usually for men because sometimes they do tend to forget their aim, and that's I mean, that's nothing to be ashamed about. It happens. I mean, it happens a lot. It's not a punishment counteractable situation, even if it's just a little boy testing his limits. So we should just use a guard that makes it easier. And then, as you saw at the end where you run your hand across the top, that causes that that kind of makes a vacuuming sound, just like you see on the top, and it's all in one. And what do you know? That gets the toilet ready for its next user within just a second or two, rather than the old way where you have to wait a couple minutes. It goes in seconds. Yeah. And in this picture, as you can see, when the waste comes in, you kind of, it goes out through a vacuum. The vacuum fan is here at the back, and when it comes on, it causes the fan to because it pulls the waste back at a fast rate. Down at the very bottom here, as you saw those two little things open, those things stay closed all the time to keep methane gas from getting into the into the into the building, or especially the bathroom, which could smell up and it could be a fire hazard. So it locks it in. It only opens to let the waste out, and that's it. Now, cleaning something like this is pretty easy, but you don't necessarily need to do it manually anymore. There's the little tank in the very back here actually holds the chemicals in here, and then when the camera detects enough microbes in there, it lets it out to kill them out. This way it works. Things work out better. And here's a new plan for the public toilet right here. Watch and you'll see. As you can see, if you step on the mat, it opens up the doorways so that you'll be able to actually, yeah. And then you can make an adjustment for sitting down or standing up, either way. And then when you leave and it closes, it automatically vacuums. None of these are left open, and they clean automatically too. And watch how it's done to the urinal in the men's bathroom too. This one actually works very easily because when it opens up, it has guards for missing so that urine doesn't get all over the wall. And then the clanking sound of the guards helps make it easier so that people know that they missed, and then they'll realize it could have become a terrible mess. It's probably better to realize you made a mess before you end up making one in reality. This way you don't have to worry too much about getting in trouble with anyone. I mean, some of the urinals, they've gotten a lot better, but if you've probably been out here in the Northwest, you might have noticed they have urinals that are shaped to look like bidets. They're really not water conservational. They're really and they really confuse a man who's got a mental disability who would probably confuse it with a bidet or a sink or a toilet. It's such a bad thing to do, and that you can get a lot of bad credit. I mean, it just looks ugly too. So public buildings that switch to the vacuum toilets and urinals will get lots of good credit for taking everybody's waste and making it into gasoline. Now watch carefully at something else I want to show you that's really neat. Yeah. Go on to the next video and then I'll show you how we handle the ethanol plant. Well, actually the methanol plant. What happens to the waste when it comes in.